Let's be real, you heard it 1,000 times. Upwork is dead or it's a race to the bottom, but that's a lie. After a 2-year break, I came back to a dusty Upwork profile, no recent badges, zero momentum, yet with 1 week I filled my client roster, doubled my rates and was actively rejecting job offers. Even though I'm in a hyper-saturated social media management, I didn't have to use a bot, not even AI. And after reviewing lots of proposals from freelancers and seeing a lot of posts on Reddit, I just realized why 99% of freelancers fail. Because they are a boring date. Let me explain. Have you ever been on a date with someone who just won't stop talking? They ramble about themselves, their job, their daily routine, and you can't get a word in. It's not even a conversation anymore, it's just a one-side talk, and you're paying for it. By the end, you're bored, annoyed, and blocking their number, but somehow they think it went great because you were such a good listener, huh? But what does a bad date have to do with Upwork? Well, this is how clients feel reading your proposals. They post a job about a business critical fire they need to put out, and what do they get? A wall of text about your skills, your experience, and your past projects. Hell no. The client doesn't really care about you yet. All they want to know is, can you make this pain go away? But all they read is, look at me, I'm great, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. That's why you need to stop selling on your proposals and start solving. So the next time you're writing your proposal, think of a bad date. You have to stop the monologue. And I'm gonna share a simple 3-step structure that I use to win more contracts, even with a dusty profile with no recent jobs. First off, start with a mirror. You have to prove you read their post by restating their specific problem. No AI slop, use their words, right? Then you have to create the bridge to briefly connect their pain to your solution. And then you use the future. You paint a picture of what their life looks like after you fix the problem. It's important to sell them the outcome and not the work itself. So let's take a look at a real example. The client's problem. My sales have dropped 30% and I need an expert to increase conversions. So the bad date proposal, which like 99% of freelancers do, would be something like, hi, I'm Marcus, I have 5 years of experience in social media marketing and I'm an expert in Facebook ads, Google ads, and SEO, and I'm confident I can help you. Translation, me, boring, just like a bad date. However, the winning proposal would be something like, a 30% drop in sales is a serious leak and we need to plug it fast. Without seeing the data, it's hard to be certain, but in my experience with similar e-commerce brands, this usually points to ad fatigue or a broken retargeting sequence. My first step would be a deep dive audit to find exactly where the drop-off is happening so we can recover that lost revenue. Can you see the difference? The second proposal isn't about me, it's about them. It shows empathy, demonstrates expertise without bragging, and outlines a clear path so they know what to expect. You become the obvious choice because you're selling a result and not a resume. Like, Upwork is not a job board. But there's one more trap. You can write the perfect proposal, but if your first 2 lines or the hook of your proposal is boring, nobody will ever read it. If your leading statement doesn't grab them by the throat and prove you understand their problem in like 3 seconds, you're already lost. There are way too many freelancers out there, all doing the boring leading statement, so you end up relying on luck instead of skills. If you want to learn how to craft a killer leading statement, subscribe and enable the bell notification because that's what we're going to cover next week.